Joan Weston crouching low, challenging Sandy Dunn. Both pivot skaters, Weston offensively, Darlene Forbes the assist. Bango, baby! Pioneers on the scoreboard. You're watching the Midwest Pioneers versus the world champion New York Chiefs. A preview of what fans back in the New York metropolitan area, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Scarsdale, all those wonderful areas can expect tonight in Shea Stadium. Tonight, Saturday, May 26th, is Gold Cup night, the triple header. Pioneers, Jolters, Bay Bombers, Chiefs. The winners will advance tonight. 3 games in one evening. The club that finally has its hands outstretched, extended upward at the end, will wear the crown as champions of the International Roller Derby League. Rain dates tomorrow, Sunday in New York, and Monday in New York. You fans back in the New York area tonight, Saturday, May 26th, the spectacular World Championship triple header at Shea Stadium. More on that coming up later on. Right now, Pioneers, the Midwest Club of Weston, Scopus, Forbes, Hyde must get it back together. We're at period number 5, 5 minutes remaining. And the Chiefs have got themselves a 6-point edge at 28. Or check me on that, 24-18. Weston yelling out encouragement as well as instruction to her Pioneer teammates. Little Rita giving chase. 2 rival skaters right behind her. Lots of noise here in the Civic Center. Off the assist from Joan Weston. A show of disgust from Sandy Dunn. Now Weston gives chase on Carolyn Moreland. That last effort by the Pioneers netted them 3 points. Now the Pioneers have moved up into the 20s. They still need 3. Chiefs 24, Pioneers 21. You fans back in New York, don't forget, this is the final telecast of the year on Channel 9. If you've enjoyed these telecasts, would like to see the Chiefs back next fall, write to General Manager, WOR-TV, New York, New York. And don't forget the telecast will continue on Channel 47 throughout the summer. Watch next week. General Manager at WOR. And give that voice of approval. Let's bring roller derby back to Channel 9 come fall time. And I'd like to see roller derby all throughout the East and the Midwest this summer. Let's bring it outdoors all the time. Let's take it in the big colleges and all the great municipal auditoriums. If you have that arena or college site or auditorium that seats better than 2,500, drop a line to Roller Derby Bookings, Post Office Box 1827, Oakland, Cal 94604. And now we got it going. The wheels begin to hum. You can hear it in the background. Ebony Spunk Williams trying to thwart the entrance of Sandy Dunn. Conversation goes on between the rival sides, the Pioneers and the Chiefs. Don't forget, for you fans back in Chicago, Sunday, June 10th, 7 p.m. at the Amphitheater. Final series of the season for the Pioneers. They will meet the awesome Red Devils, featuring infield coach Ken Monty, Bobby Woodbury, the dangerous Bob Woodbury, Ann Calvello, Bobby Sievers, Rosetta Saunders, JoJo Stafford, and the 240-pound female crunch, the Samoan star Aloha Linda Villanueva. Here comes Sandy Dunn as you watch action in the pack. And here come the Pioneers on the pull-away. Weston with the strategy. Sends her skaters out. Darlene Forbes leading the pack. Dunn with a long way to go. She'll have to do it alone. In the balancing act, nothing. Sandy Dunn, woman's captain of this great Chief club, who will be in Shea Stadium tonight as the world champions try to add yet another championship crown to their list of laurels. Shea Stadium, it all begins at 6. Jolters Pioneers, 7:30 p.m. Chiefs Bombers. 9 o'clock the championship game, winners of Game 1 and Game 2. This reporter, my forecast, it will be these two clubs meeting for the World Championship, the Gold Cup. Popular prices as usual in effect. You ain't gonna get burned. Come on out from all out the metropolitan area. You fans in Rhode Island, Connecticut, all throughout the New England area, show your support for your World Championship club. The Pioneers and the Chiefs here in the circle in Hammond. We're just about out of time in number 5. With the score, Chiefs 24, Pioneers 21. Let's pause for a moment. Back we are, coming in for number 5 on the update. Chief men, 42, Sammy Tiapula. 43 is Joe Perez. 44, Larry Lee. Number 45, the incomparable Mike Gammon. Number 46, John Early, the ex-Pioneer and Bay Bomber. 48 is Lloyd Turbin, and 49 is Bill Grohl. A la Dick Butkus with the football helmet. There goes the bald eagle, Bob Hine. 2 Chief skaters right behind him. That's Early first, followed by Joey Perez. An all-star selection by this reporter. Roll out of left field, unloads. Hine is out of the play. Now Robinson will face a 3-on-1 situation. He's got a forward and 2 guards moving in. Grohl has done his job on the assist, and the world champions are on the scoreboard. Just the way that I would expect Judy McGuire hopes that they will go on the scoreboard tonight in Shea Stadium for the Gold Cup.
I'm sure that we will, Chet. There's no doubt in my mind that we'll be leading both games, and I'm sure we're going to take the championships again.
Judy, this has been such a tremendous series between these two rival squads, and my own personal forecast, as I just mentioned, is that the Pioneers and the Chiefs will wind it up at 9 o'clock tonight in Shea Stadium playing for the World Championship. I
believe you're right. The Bombers really aren't up to par this season. The Chiefs and the Pioneers are really the ones to watch this season.
All right, no intro necessary either way. Green and gold is Gammon. Light jersey, 40 series, 45 to be specific. Coach Nick Scopus for the Pioneers, and you don't do that too often. Mike Gammon is out of the play. He'll go back and play defense. 10-13 remaining in number 6. Chiefs with a 7-point cushion. Pioneers on the scoreboard. Here comes Robinson, right hand on left. Scopus will try to dipsy-doodle on Tiapula. It doesn't work. The official determination from Dave Cannella is 1 point for the Midwest Pioneers. Judy, your girls' field so far in this game has really had the upper hand on the Pioneers, and I think some of the problem is that our side has tried to play it too physical, and you've been getting the first jammers out, you've been getting the secondary jammer out, and that causes us all kinds of fits.
If you watch us through the season, you'll find out that the Chiefs always have the jammers out first. It's a play that we've kind of devised amongst ourselves that we're going to be on top first. It makes it easier coming in at the rear.
As the triangle sends out John Rice. Rice's night for the Midwest Club. Tomorrow night, May 21st, you fans back in the Chicagoland area. Wheaton North High School gym. These same two clubs, 8 p.m. start time. May 22nd, Lakeview High School, Battle Creek, Michigan. May 23rd, Hammond Civic Center. 8 p.m. start. Nick Scopus, Mike Hammond. The men's race will not be televised. They will have a 6-lap legal blocking event at halftime. Next Wednesday, May 23rd, here in Hammond. Johnny Early taking the lumps. The bald eagle comes down to the cartilage. Things have quieted down. Looking back in reflection, I think that all began when Mike Hammond and John Rice began having a little session with each other, and then just about everybody was involved, and if they weren't involved, their coach probably wishes they were. You can't let your club be intimidated, Judy.
That's right. If you notice there, Johnny Rice kind of lost his head, and that doesn't win a championship. He's trying to skate out there as an individual instead of as a team.
Pioneer men on the update. 50, Scopus, the Greek Snake. 51, the American Pie Guy, Billy Hill. 53, Perpetual Motion, Ed Hessen. Number 56 is Tony Smith, the Machine. The Bald Eagle, Bob Heim, wearing jersey 57. Ronnie Robinson, the captain of this Pioneer club, number 58. And number 59, rounding out the Pioneers men's field, is John Rice, the guy who has been such an asset to this club since the trade, which sent John Early to the Bay Bombers, who later became property of this chief team, shipped John Rice to the Midwest. Hammond and Tiapula conferring. Now we pick up the Jammers. Essen for the Pioneers. Perez for the world champions. Robinson with the cartilage. On both sides. Once again, as defense was the name of the game on that jam, but the Pioneers wound up with 1 point as Sam Tiapula was finally passed in the concluding moments of that play. Don't forget to get your free copy of the Roller Derby Rules. Send a postcard to Rules, Roller Derby, Post Office Box 1828, Oakland, California, 94604. Include the zip code number and the station on which you are now watching this program. Judy in Shea Stadium tonight. You will open up, of course, against the Bay Bombers. That's a very tough girls' field led by Margie Laszlo, Dolores Tucker. They're physical. They're similar to that Pioneer girls' field. What's the strategy?
Well, actually, we have a small girls' field as far as comparing size. But we found that size isn't the important thing in this game. We try to use leverage more than size. We have a lot of plays that we've got together that we want to try out on this team, and if they work well, we'll use them against the whoever wins the second game, which I'm sure will be your Pioneers.
Judy McGuire with both clubs shorthanded. Bob Hine. Bob Hine breaks the lock and moves on through. Ronnie Robinson yells out the advice. Now Heinze on Grohl. Captain Ronnie holding off 2 rival skaters. Pioneers need 7 to get back in this game. 4 minutes remaining in the 6th period. 7 and 8 coming up, plus the interviews. All roads lead to Shea Stadium for you fans in New York. Tonight is your night. Robinson slowing it down. Joe Perez can't make it happen. And Don Drury, the trackside announcer, the television voice of the great Chief Club, finally comes on with a buzzer, and the result is nothing. We stay at 30-23. Don't forget, Pioneers Red Devils, Friday, June 15th, Municipal Auditorium, Kansas City, Missouri. June 16th is Saturday, Kiel Auditorium, St. Louis, Missouri. Match race, Joe Weston and Calvello, two of the greats. Mid-South Coliseum, Memphis, June 17th is Sunday. Same two clubs, Pioneers and the awesome Red Devils, led by Bob Woodbury. The 19th, Memorial Auditorium, Chattanooga, Tennessee. We stay in the Southland. Wednesday, June 20th, Civic Coliseum in Knoxville. Friday, June 22nd, the home of the Fighting Irish, the Convocation Center, Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. Saturday, June 23rd, State Fairgrounds Coliseum, Indianapolis, Indiana, 500 country. Match race, Weston Calvello will meet again. Sunday, June 24th, the Amphitheater back in good old Chicago, Illinois. I'm Chet Kopic, joined for this period with Judy McGuire. We're in the Civic Center in Hammond, just a stone's throw from Chicago, where last September, 50118, 50,118. Watch the Pioneers and the LA Thunderbirds lock it up in the first IRDL NSL Interleague game in history. Now on the turf, a threat on both sides. Robinson, bango! Out of nowhere came the Pioneer captain. And Nick Skopas finally bypassed the coach of this Chief Club, Bill Grohl, and the result is the Midwest Club has dented the scoreboard and got the tote board working in at the 2:23 mark. That margin is now 6 points. And Judy, our men's field appears to have some momentum.
Right, I think they're really getting together this period. I hate to say it, but that's what's happening right now.
Have you ever learned to say bango?
Pardon me?
Have you ever learned to say bango?
Yeah, we say it quite often back in the East now that we've seen a few of your games here. That's a big joke in the dressing room now.
Well, I admit to being a little bit prejudicial, but if you have a question about the Chiefs or the Pioneers or the Bombers or the Jolters, or just a general question about Derby or some particular facet of the game, drop me a line, care of NES. Back on 300 North State Street, that great street, Chicago, Illinois, 60610 on the zip. And as I was saying, Mrs. Gammon, I admit to being a little bit prejudiced, but I have the greatest respect in the world for your club. And as I am writing in my next column for Roller Derby Illustrated, I have a tremendous amount of respect for both you and your husband.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Most people don't give the credit where the credit is due, and I'm glad to hear that you do, Chet.
Well, I think amongst every club in this league, you have got tremendous individuals, talented individuals, and above all, nice people.
Right, and they all work together.
Rice is nice. Here comes Johnny. Right hand on left, he sends out the captain. Out of the pivot, rival skaters. The Midwest Club wins this battle. Now Grohl moves back to the defensive position. And look at that slap with the elbow. Chiefs on the pull away. The yellow line beginning to move. Gammon has been passed. Early, bypassed. The challenge is Tiapula. Number six ends in fisticuffs. And with the score, Chiefs 30, Pioneers 26. Let's take time out. The tag-off has been completed. As you study Joe Weston. Out of your picture, there will be 1 point for the world champions. They're now in the 30s. The World Championships 31. The Pioneers 26. Today, of course, for you fans back in New York is it day. 6 p.m. Jolters Pioneers. 7:30 p.m. Chiefs versus Bombers. 9 p.m. the championship game. Winners of Game 1 and Game 2. And don't forget, there'll be a big four-man match race for the league blocking championship. Charlie O'Connell, Bill Kroll, Ronnie Robinson, and Big Cal Stevens. Also, the All-League Awards, All-Star Team's Most Valuable Player will be made. Thousands of good seats remaining out at Shea Stadium tonight. You fans in Connecticut and Rhode Island, come out and support your colors, which are green and gold. Lots of fans from the Midwest will come out to support the red, white, and blue. Dandy Candy Jones with Judy McGuire, who spoke so elegantly in period 6, up here on our microphones. Hope you fans all along the networks are enjoying the exciting sport of roller derby. Judy's out on the prowl. The wife of Mike Gammon bypasses Candy Jones. Now that chief lead is up to 6 points. They win with the fakes. They win with the fakes. And the result, as I said, gives the Chiefs a 6-point edge as Candy Jones is being attended to by Deke Andre. You fans back in the Midwest. Don't forget, Pioneers Red Devils, June 15th, Municipal Auditorium, Kansas City, Missouri. Saturday, June 16th at Kiel Auditorium in St. Louis, Missouri. A match race, Joe Weston and Calvello. Mid-South Coliseum, Memphis, Sunday, June 17th. On the 19th, the road show moves into the Memorial Auditorium in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Friday, June 22nd at Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana at the Convocation Center. Saturday, June 23rd, State Fairgrounds Coliseum, Indianapolis. A match race, Weston and Calvello. Sunday, June 24th, the Amphitheater in Chicago, Illinois. Lots of excitement coming up during the month of June. Pioneers Red Devils in the Midwest area. Don't forget Pioneers Chiefs Northwest Tour. Eureka, California, July 23rd. Coos Bay, Oregon, July 25th as we watch Debbie Thompson for the Chiefs. 44, 4-4, and 53. The Ice Cream Kid, Sherry Eric for the Pioneers. Now they lock it up one-on-one. Sandy Dunn with Eric. Little Sherry. Forbes going to work on Thompson. The long blonde hair flying in the breeze. Speaking of Sherry Eric, she has changed that hairstyle. She's going to the tint. Kind of a dusty blonde look. 8:03 remaining in the 7th period. No points on that play. We remain at 32-26. As I was saying, Pioneers Chiefs Northwest Tour. The University of Puget Sound in Tacoma, July 27th. On the 31st, July 31st, Seattle, Washington. But tonight, for you fans in the New York area who are watching this game right now, tonight in New York, Shea Stadium, the World Championship. A big bevy of fans coming from the Midwest, and they're looking for blood. We think we can take the crown back here to the Chicago and Midwestern area. Can the Chiefs successfully defend their crown? Can they repeat? That is the question. All the stars will be there. Jan Ballo, Cal Stevens, Marge Laszlo, Charlie O'Connell, Buffalo Boyd, Darlene Forbes, Bill Grohl, Mike Hammond, Judy McGuire. There's Judy. Bang goes! Now she goes. Candy, Candy. Jones, the lone scoring threat as the Pioneers lock it up and attempt to slow down the pack. Dunn connects in the midsection of the Blarney Stone. Get the Schlag out. Darlene, go to work, baby. We need 6 in the infield. Eric looking on with Williams, lending moral support. Dunn. The girl with the shag makes it happen once again. And the finishing touch. 2 jams with nothing. The score remains the same. And don't forget, send that postcard into the mailing list. Care of Roller Derby, Post Office Box 1828, Oakland, California, 94604. Find out about all the big dates coming up in Roller Derby. Include that zip code number and the station in which you are now watching this program. Mailing list. Get on the mailing list. That's where it's at. Get the rules. Get yourself a subscription to Roller Derby Illustrated. Be like my old buddy Doug Simon, the pioneer artist who's out here enjoying this afternoon's game. Dougie Simon, the Roy Neiman of the bank track set. Joan Weston out of the pivot. Comes out to jam. She can do that because a rival skater wearing a striped helmet. Barbara Baker has also moved out in the continuing quest to dent the scoreboard. The lights right now show the Chiefs on top at 32-26. I'm Chet Kopic. This is Roller Derby, the sport of the 70s. Weston trying to break the fence. Nothing yet. Now the Golden Girl unloads from a defensive stance on Barb Baker. Moreland and Dunn got the hands together. Technically illegal, but they never call that penalty. 3, 2, 1 more out of jam time. You hear the buzzer in the background. And defense has taken a toehold here in the 7th period at the Civic Center in Hammond. Just like I suspect defense will take a toehold when the Pioneers and Jolters meet in Game 1 of the Gold Cup tripleheader in Shea Stadium, New York City, New York. Tonight, for you fans back in the East, watching this game at the moment, tonight is the night you've waited for. Just like you folks who filled up Madison Square Garden, that large throng of 19,000 plus, which established the all-time Roller Derby indoor record. Tonight, who knows, maybe another all-time record. Can they surpass that 50,000 plus crowd set in Chicago? Or let me ask you out there in New York, are you number 2? You're always saying Chicago is number 2 out in New York. Hey, baby, we got the record. We got the record, 50,118. Can it be broken tonight? That's the question, but the big question, can the Chiefs repeat? Well, it all happens in Shea tonight, and only time will tell. Back in the Midwest, fan Chicago, Hammond. Hope you're enjoying the Pioneer Chief telecast right now, although the score is something less than pleasing. But there's a ways to go. 3:22 here in number 7. Then we go to number 8, the last 12 minutes of regulation. Pioneers with the lone scoring threat. Sandy Dunn. The clincher extends a remembrance. Here comes the windup and the pitch. A duster. Candy trying to make her way through. She goes. Now the Pioneers need 3. We're at 32-29 as Joan Weston and Candy Jones went to work. Tomorrow night, May 21st, fans in the Chicagoland area, we go into Red Grange Town, Wheaton, Illinois, Wheaton North High School gym, kickoff time 8 p.m. Lakeview High School, Battle Creek, Michigan, Tuesday, May 22nd. Same 2 clubs on the track right now, 8 p.m. start. Also an 8 p.m. start. This Wednesday, May 23rd, here in the Civic Center in Hammond, Indiana, a match race. Nick Scopus and Mike Gammon. No television. The match race is a blackout. The 2 distaff heavyweights begin the chase. Dunn with a skating edge, trailed by Weston. As you study Sandy Dunn and Judy McGuire, two of the all-time greats, two of the top names in this business. The strategy that time worked against the Chiefs as Dunn and Weston began the foot race. And at the critical point, roughly 10 feet before they reached the pack, Weston gave Dunn just the slightest of pushes, but it was enough to veer the course of the dark-haired champion skater. And as a result, the Pioneers, for the first time in a long time, have got themselves a lead. A long time brewing. That's it for number 7. We've got 12 minutes left in regulation. Stay tuned, mama. Pioneers 33, the Chiefs 32. The men have got themselves a mission. It took the Midwest Pioneers roughly 83 minutes to put themselves on top of the team, but they've finally done it. Jammers out. Now we're down to 3. Now we're down to 2. Both of them are wearing Midwest colors. Rice and Skopas. Bill Grohl back in the pivot. Look at him measure those elbows. Tremendous experience on the part of the chief coach. And Nick Skopas managed to work his way by the challenge of Grohl. And at the 11-minute mark, that Pioneer lead is now up to 2 points at 34-32. Tonight, you fans in the New York metropolitan area, for that reason, all of New England, and lots of fans coming in from the Midwest, the Roller Derby Gold Cup Series, Shea Stadium, New York City, New York. Tonight, Saturday, May 26th, 6 p.m., Pioneers Jolters. The second game, Bay Bombers Chiefs, winners of games 1 and 2 will meet for the Gold Cup Championship. I'm looking forward to be the Pioneers and the Chiefs. Action back in the pack. Now out on the prowl, the safari has begun. Hessen with Larry Lee. Larry Lee. There's a kid who can really fly. 1972 Rookie of the Year. Eddie Hessen, the mustachioed Pioneer. Down he goes. 10-minute mark. Pioneers with a 2-point edge. Down goes Hine. And the world champions have cut that margin. Now it's back to 1 point at 34-33. Next game in Chicago, Sunday, June 10th, 7 o'clock at the amphitheater. Final series of the season for the Pioneers against the Red Devils, the awesome Red Devils, featuring their great former skater, the infield coach, Ken Monty, Dynamite Bob Woodbury, the fiery Ann Calvello, Bobby Sabers, Rosetta Saunders, JoJo Stafford, and 240 pounds of feminine, I don't know, what would you call that? Samoan salad? Aloha Linda Villanueva. Aloha Linda Villanueva. Pioneers have just 2 more games in the series in Chicago, June 10th and 24th. Both at the amphitheater, and then they leave the area for 4 months. A special event on Saturday, June 10th. Joe Weston and Calvello, 4 laps illegal blocking bench race. Right now, Grohl has taken the initiative. His club needs 1. Out he goes with those big strides. What a piece of beef he is. Johnny Rice being thwarted by Lloyd Turbin for the Chiefs. Lloyd Turbin, jersey number 48. Guy we don't talk about too much. We should probably give him more just due. Now Ronnie Robinson is out. He's picking up the speed, giving it all he's got. Low-level shot around the cheap turn. Referee in your picture is Dave Canella. Back towards you. Roll in and through. He's looking for more. He's looking for harvest time, and he's got himself a bundle. 3 points for the world champions. And at the 8-minute mark, all of a sudden, the lead of the Midwest Club has been short-lived as the Midwest Pioneers find themselves trailing at 36-34. Pioneers and Chiefs Northwest Tour, Eureka, California, July 23rd. Goose Bay, Oregon, July 25th. Portland, Oregon, in the Coliseum, July 26th. The University of Puget Sound in Tacoma, Washington, July 27th. On the 31st, the final day of July, Pioneers Chiefs in Seattle, Washington. Back here in the Midwest, tomorrow night, May 21st, Wheaton North High School in Wheaton. They're up in Michigan on the 22nd, this coming Tuesday, Lakeview High School in Battle Creek. In your picture, Joey Perez, an all-star selection by this reporter for the Eastern season. I also named guys like Charlie O'Connell, Bill Grohl, Mike Gammon, Ronnie Robinson, Cal Stevens, Joe Perez. I would have named Nick Skopas, but injuries forced the Greek sneak to a less than superior performance during the Eastern season. Healthy, he most deservedly so, would get all-star status. Perez off the whip, challenges Ronnie again. Captain Ronnie locks it up with a bald eagle. Nothing. Down he goes. Tiapula will wait for his teammate. Now the Pioneers with a jammer. Eddie Hessen, but he's got a long way to go. Now, bango! The bald eagle spreads his wings and does his thing. The whip never got off the ground. Reminds me of all those many times I've waited for flights in New York to get off the ground at Kennedy or LaGuardia. And it seems like I always pick that one coming back to Chicago that's an hour and 7 minutes late. But at any rate, we're at the 6-minute mark. The time of this particular game, or for that reason any game, when mistakes become critical. Either club can ill afford a bad move, a whip that doesn't begin, a block that misses, a skater who can't make it happen in the jam. And here's a guy who can make it happen in the jam. Charlie Chaplin, Nicky Skopas, the Greek sneak. Larry Lee right behind him, age against youth. Come on, Nicky, give the kid an education. And here comes Lee. He moves inside, give him credit. An effortless performance by Lee netted him an edge, but now Skopas is back in command, and just as I say that, Grohl comes out of left field. And then Robinson connects. Hip fake. Again. Roll on Skopas. Robinson on Lee. Ronnie with the elbow. Lee is dazed. Counting it down on jam time. 5-minute mark in regulation. Outstretched as Bill Grohl and Ronnie Robinson lock it up. Don't forget to get your free copy of Roller Derby Illustrated. And find out about subscription information to get all 24 issues yearly. Send a postcard to General Post Office, GPO, Box 17, The Big Apple, 10001. GPO, Box 17, New York, New York, 10001. Get that copy of Roller Derby Illustrated. My old buddy Don Drury, the TV voice of the Chiefs, a regular contributor to that publication. Under 4 minutes to play, and out goes Mike Gammon. His side has got a 2-point margin. Bill Hill extends the hand to Eddie Hessen, his equally youthful teammate. Perpetual motion against the scoring champion in our league the past 2 seasons. Mike Gammon. Oh, what a class act this kid is. A gentleman rancher. Here he comes. Bob Hine is out of the play. Tony Smith is out of the play. Bill Hill's out of the play. And Mike Gammon twists that wiry frame of his. Sends the hips right and the rest of his body left. Now I'll tell you something. He's got hips like a ballet dancer. That's how rhythmic he is. And the result is that the Chiefs now have themselves a 5-point lead. The Midwest Pioneers, of course, won 6 of 10 games from the Chiefs in the portion of the series that was played in the East. You fans back in the Chicagoland area, for information on the great Pioneer Training Center run by Lou Donovan, phone 376-7050. It's at Chicago's Amphitheater, 4300 South on Halsted, Chicago, 376-7050. If you got the desire, you got the willingness, and you think you want to do it, you think you're in love with it, you think the buggers bet you, that's half the battle. You can be taught. Anybody can be taught, except me. Tony Smith, trailed by John Early. Oh, Tonio. At the 2-minute mark. At the 2-minute mark, the Pioneers have got to light up the board. Robinson on the whip. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Two points for the Midwest Pioneers as we study Mike Gammon and then Bill Grove. And with 1:35 remaining, we may find ourselves in the position of finding this next jam as being the last jam of the game. Look for the Chiefs to try to get that first man out and then call it off and play defense. Gold Cup, Shea Stadium tonight. You fans in New York, tonight, Saturday, May 26th, is your night. Pioneers out first, a double threat. Fans making noise. The Pioneers need 3 to tie and 4 to bail out. Bill Grove, he's got an assignment. Points for the Midwest Club. They had to do it all by themselves. On the pull away. This game is history. And the New York Chiefs have won one. They went to the pull-away, utilizing that great team speed of theirs in the closing moments. And that guy, Johnny Rice, fell just short of bringing the Midwest Club victory. But the final score in this game, I'm Chet Kopic. Thanks to all of you. Hope you enjoyed it. Chiefs 39, Pioneers 38. Well, the law of averages says you aren't going to win them all, and the Midwest Pioneers have had a loss hung on them here in the Hammond Civic Center, but nevertheless, the Pioneers have been quite successful in this series against the Chiefs, and I have two very good reasons why they've been so successful against the defending world champions. Nick Scopus, of course, coach of the Pioneers, and the bald eagle, Bob Hine. And Nick, going into this series against the Chiefs, I was kind of in the minority. I thought you people would do well, but there were an awful lot of critics, an awful lot of people in our business who thought that our Pioneer team would be embarrassed against this Chief club?
Well, a lot of people figuring that this is a World Championship team that we were going up against. They'd been together for a number of years now without any changes in the lineup. Naturally, we were getting a lot of new faces here and there, and they didn't know if we could really get it together or not. But everybody was really up when we went into New York. Everybody skated a hell of a series. Bob started jamming, and he's doing a hell of a job. I think we'll leave him jam for the rest of the season.
Bob, June 10th and June 24th back in Chicago's amphitheater, one of your favorite bases, I know. Pioneer fans will get their first look at the Red Devils in an awful long time, as will fans throughout the Midwestern area. And that Red Devil club, with the infield coach, of course, being Ken Monty, and you look at Bob Woodbury heading up the men's field, and the awesome Ann Calvello on the women's side, you have got a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but you can rattle Woodbury very easy, so we won't have too much problem.
Meaning what by that, by rattle him?
You know, you can shake him up. You can get him to lose his mind, and then you can walk around him and you can score on him easy. The only guy we got to watch out for is the big man in the infield, Ken Monty, because he's got the brains of it all.
Yep.
Nick, quickly before we break, what can fans look forward to in the Western season, insofar as the Pioneers are concerned?
Well, we're going in the Western season, and when we go out west against the Bombers, well, they better look out because we're coming in. We went into New York and we won, and we want to go into the Bay Area and we want to win there.
Heinze, the club is confident.
He's confident. Of course we're confident. We're the only team that hasn't been beaten so far this year. We haven't lost a series yet.
All right, there you have it. A loss tonight, but tomorrow's a new day for the Midwest Pioneers with guys like Nick Scopus and Bob Hine and Joan Weston, Darlene Forbes. It means plenty of excitement. Don't forget, you fans back in Chicago, June 10th, June 24th, those are Red Devil dates. Look forward to them. I'm Chet Kopic. This is Roller Derby. I'll be back with Jerry Seltzer next time around. Goodbye, everybody.